Bacon, spinach, garlic, cream, pasta. Lovely. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. So here I've got some cream. I've got 250 ml of cream, or a couple of cups of cream. Now I'm using a thick cream. You can use a thick or thin cream. It will make no difference whatsoever. 1 cup of bell peppers, just to add an additional little bit of color. A tablespoon of garlic. 2 teaspoons of dried oregano. Couple of tablespoons of some nice freshly grated Parmesan cheese, a cup of onions, and here I've got bacon. I've got 6 rashers of bacon, or just over a cup. And then here the spinach. There's 2 cups in total of cooked spinach. I've just cooked that fresh. I'll show you that just in a moment. And get your pasta ready, because we're really going to concentrate on the sauce. Today I'm using some penne, and there's 3 cups worth of cooked pasta there. Let's get moving. Okay, so you're going to need a wok, skillet or something like that in there. I've got a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. I've just put the heat on. The heat's on above medium. We're going to drop in the bacon, 6 rashers of bacon, which I've cut fairly chunky, as you can see. We're going to throw that around in the pan for about 4 to 5 minutes. Want to get that cooked. Now, if you want, you can get it really crispy or under. That's up to you. I'll be back when this is done. So look, I'm happy about here, about 4 minutes. If you want, go a bit longer and get it a bit more crispy. Now I'm gonna add in 1 cup of onion, 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic. I'm gonna go for about another 2 to 3 minutes. So I've been keeping this moving all the time. What a wonderful aroma. Okay, next up we're going to add in 2 cups of cooked spinach. To that I'm going to add salt. Don't go crazy with salt, because your bacon's quite salty, I presume. Black pepper, a couple of nice pinches of that. We can add in a couple of teaspoons of the dried oregano, or oregano as some of you guys say in the States. And again, about another 3 minutes or so. Let's keep this moving, get some lovely flavor now onto that spinach. And we are now at the final stage. Going to drop in those bell peppers, cut nice and small. Like I say, that was just optional, to be honest. Nice little bit of color in there, a few vitamins. Now we're going to go in with the cream. Like I say, thick or thin will make no difference at all. It's going to work out the same. There's 250 ml here. A couple of tablespoons of beautiful grated Parmesan cheese. We're going to go for another 2 minutes, stirring all the time on this lively-ish heat. And that is fabulous. Look at that, really good. Okay, pasta time. I'm going to put my pasta in. You can put it on if you want. If you're using spaghetti or something, you might want to put this sauce on top, tagliatelle or something like that. But this penne is going to go in, and I'm going to run the heat through this pasta and get that sauce in, on and around my penne for about, just a couple of minutes, and then it's done. It's beautiful. Well done, everyone. Okay, and there you go. Just pop that on a plate there, nice bowl, ready to serve. That'll probably do about 2 people, I think. Okay, chicken, cream sauce, pasta, lovely stuff. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. So you can use any pasta you want. I'm using this tagliatelle today. There's about 4 cups there cooked, so get your pasta cooked, up to you. Chicken, 2 cups roughly. I'm using breast chicken. You could use thigh or something like that. No skin, no bone. I've cubed it, slice it if you want. 1 cup of onion, 1 cup of green peas. These were a frozen garden pea. I just put them in some water and just sort of let them sit there for a couple of minutes. 2 cups here of cream. Now I'm using a thick cream. It makes no difference if you use thick or thin. I get a lot of emails about that. So it will make no difference whatsoever. A teaspoon of oregano or oregano, whatever you say, and a nice tablespoon, maybe slightly more of garlic. I want a lot of garlic in this one. Let's get moving. Okay, here we go. So pan is on above medium heat. You want some oil in there. I've got a couple of tablespoons of oil in there. I'm using avocado oil today, but use any oil that you want. We're going to drop in the 1 cup of onion, the 2 cups of the chicken, And then we're going to go with a little bit of salt and black pepper. And then we're going to just fry this around for about 4 minutes on and above medium heat. We'll have this done in absolutely no time. Next up, we're going to add that tablespoon of garlic, or maybe just a bit over for me this lot is, but that's how I want it. Let's get those peas in. Like I say, just stuck them in some water. Teaspoon only of oregano or oregano. Again, we're going to go for about another 4 minutes on this lively heat, stirring often. We're nearly there, nearly done this. Fabulous stuff. Next up, we're going to grab that 2 cups of cream. Like I said, I'm using a thick cream. Thin cream will also work. In the UK, we call thin cream single cream, and this would be double cream. You can then add some water, stock, or the water from the pasta, about 100 ml goes in there. Keep on this lively heat. Keep stirring. I'll see you in 2 minutes only. Just a couple of minutes here. Really lovely. If you want, stick some Parmesan cheese in it there if you want. In goes my pasta. About 4 cups of this tagliatelle. We're going to work this in for about 2 to 3 minutes with the heat on. Then we're ready to serve. Check it for salt, check it for pepper. It's great for me. Delicious stuff. Well done, everyone. Well done. So I've just stuck a little bit of chopped parsley on the top of mine, but if you want a bit of Parmesan cheese in there, it works really nicely. That's a really simple, beautiful, easy cream sauce chicken pasta. Hope you enjoy that. Keep safe, keep well, and I'll see you soon. Hello, how you doing? Look, going to make what I call a kind of midweek quick pasta. We've got chicken, we've got tomatoes. I'm using tagliatelle. You can use any pasta you want. I've got a little bit of chili in mine to spice it up. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. So any pasta you want, you can use in this one. I'm using this green or spinach tagliatelle. There's about 4 cups there. Use something else, penne, fusilli. It's just up to you what you want. Get that cooked and ready. 2 cups of chicken. I'm using chicken breast, no skin, no bone. Cut it into kind of little kind of cubey sort of shapes. 1 can of tomatoes. That's a 400 ml can. I think that's like, is that like 14 fluid ounces or something? You know, a regular size can. That was a whole plum tomato. I just crushed it up with my hand. A tablespoon of garlic, 1 cup of onions, teaspoon of chili powder, and oregano, or oregano as some of you call that. Let's get moving. Really easy, this one. So in my skillet or wok type thing, I've got some oil. I'm using a corn oil today, about 2 tablespoons. Like I said, this is super easy. Here we go. The onion goes in. By the way, I've just put the heat on. It's on fairly high. 1 cup of onion, 2 cups of the chicken, 1 tablespoon of garlic, salt, black pepper. About 4 minutes on this lively heat, stirring fairly often. So we've got a nice bit of colour there with this high heat on the chicken. We're now going to add in, well, this is what I'm adding. I'm adding oregano and chili powder, but you could add something different if you want. Very quick little mix. And then very simply, we're going to grab that 1 can of tomatoes. We're going to drop that in. We're now going to go from this high heat to a medium heat, and we're going to let it go for 5 to 6 minutes. Super. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat up high again. That's looking absolutely wonderful, really nice and easy. Now I'm going to drop my pasta in. You don't have to, you can serve this on. And like I say, I'm using this tagliatelle today. Use something different if you want. Couple of minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. We're just going to be stirring this pasta into the sauce. Job done. Check it for salt. Good for me. Delicious. Okay, there you go, really, really simple. If you want a bit of Parmesan cheese on that, or some kind of fresh basil or fresh parsley, I'm keeping it nice cheap, easy. Kind of budget recipe on the go today, and very easy to make as well. We're gonna make a sausage, creamy tomato pasta. Welcome back to How to Cook Great. Okay, so look, you can see these three are roughly equal amounts, about 3 cups each. We've got canned tomatoes, tinned tomatoes. That was a whole plum tomato. I just roughly crushed that up with my hand. Pasta, I'm using penne, use any pasta that you want. And sausage, again, any sausage you like. I've got some chicken franks here, but yeah, use beef, veg, turkey, fish, whatever you like, whatever kind of sausage you want. 1.5 cups there of onion, tablespoon of garlic, 2 teaspoons oregano, 2 teaspoons chili. Let's get moving. We're gonna add a couple of other bits. So super easy. In this wok type pan that I have here, I've got some oil. I've got about 3 tablespoons of oil. I'm using a sunflower, use whatever you want. Let's get that onion in. And you can see I've cut my onion really small. You don't actually have to. Let's get the sliced garlic in there. On and above medium heat, fairly lively. And then we're gonna go salt, black pepper, 3 minutes. Fabulous. Let's get our sausage in. And I've just cut mine in rings. I mean, you can chop it much smaller if you want. And the chili powder and oregano, or oregano as so many of you call that. And again, if you want, change that herb or spice to something that you like. And again, we're going to stay on this vibrant heat, and we're going to go for about another 3 or 4 minutes, stirring pretty much all of the time. Fabulous. Now we're going to go from above medium heat to below medium heat, and we're going to drop in that tomato. Canned tomato, like I say, that was a whole plum tomato. Crushed it with my hand. What we're going to do now is go for 5 to 6 minutes below medium heat. Give it a stir every now and then. We've pretty much done it. Okay, so you've got yourself a really lovely little sausage pasta sauce there. What I'm going to do, optional, is I'm going to get in 2 cups of grated cheese. Now I've got a mixture of cheese there, but you could just get some cheddar in there. You could get some Parmesan cheese in there. You could get some mozzarella in there, up to you what you want to put in. So we're just going to give that a little mix in. It's going to kind of make it a bit more sort of creamy. Then we're going to grab our pasta. We're going to get that in. And we're going to mix away. Now you could add quite a lot more pasta to this if you want. This is, I'm being quite sort of stingy with the pasta. It's very saucy, this one. And let's just cook it for another 3 minutes, stirring all the time just to heat up the pasta and bring that cheese into the sauce. Job done, delicious. And there you go, job done, nice and easy, budget friendly. Hope you enjoyed that. Keep safe, keep well. See you soon. Lots of love. Thanks a lot for getting to the end of the video. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that does help us out quite a lot with the algorithm and such like. Subscribe if you like, you'll get notified about what we're doing. There's a thanks button if you want to donate. See you soon.